What's good, guys? Welcome to Belmondo TV. It's your boy JC back again with another video. Guys, I hope you're well, looking after yourself, keeping busy as always. Here I am, another content. Thank you, guys. Here I am, another content. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Keep liking and subscribe. Thank you. I mean, the motive of this channel is basically, it's about, like I said before, it's about building a platform where we can share, learn and grow together. It's about growth. This is what this channel is about. So thank you so much for supporting the channel, and the channel's growing and we're going somewhere. One of the conversations I wanted to have today was about social media. Now, most of us know that social media plays a major part in our lives and day-to-day lives. You know, good or bad, social media is we're very much all involved in the social media world. But one of the conversations that I really wanted to have, it was a story that I saw last week. There's a story in the papers. A mother of two, 41-year-old lady, has been arrested, in deep trouble, because of social media. Now, the story behind it is the lady was stealing money. She's an accountant. And for the past year or so, she has been stealing money. She was stealing money from her work, and apparently that was done on a weekly basis. Every week she was stealing money from work. She kind of accumulated over £100,000 she's taken from work. Now it's an amazing story, because if you think, okay, she's a mother of two, she probably is struggling. I mean, she doesn't get paid great. I mean, she gets paid £900 a month, which is not a lot, based on the living standards that the world, the state of the world right now. £900 a month is not amazing. So you would think straight away the reason why she's stealing money, because she wants to feed her kids and feed her family. But until I found out that the reason behind her stealing money and being in trouble, getting arrested, is because she has been comparing herself to an influencer on Instagram. So she's been trying to kind of showcase a life that's not real. She's been stealing money to buy herself expensive stuff, a nice car. She's obviously looking up to this lady on Instagram, thinking that she could be that person, and I'm not surprised by that, because obviously there's so many young ladies that mirror themselves to Kim Kardashian, all these famous celebrities. So when you hear someone is kind of imitating someone else on Instagram, it's kind of become the norm now. But to put yourself in a situation where you're stealing money from work, you put yourself in danger. Now you've got two kids. You know, it's bad enough that social media has really changed the world. Like I said, good or bad, you know, when Facebook first came out, it was a positive, massive positive, and it still is. All these social media, there is positive and there's negatives. You know, the positive is that it's there for families and friends and whatever to keep in contact. You know, people you haven't seen for a long time, and you're able to communicate and keep in contact with families and friends across the world. Share celebrations, birthdays and whatever with long distance families and friends, relationships. So that's a major positive. The negative now is what we're talking about here. This, you know, we're taking for example this lady. Now this is not about judging. I'm not too deep into the situation to really understand the reason why she did it. But from the story, she's stealing money to kind of align herself with someone that's on Instagram, to imitate someone else's glamorous life, but she's not that person. But she's thinking, oh, I want to be like this person. I've got the money, so I'm going to steal money from work to kind of do the things that this person is doing, because that's what I aspire to. Now, there's two things I take from here. You've got two kids who look up to you, okay? And the problem that you have is that you've been arrested as a mother, and you feel your kids are going to find out the reason why you've been arrested. Then finding out that mum's been arrested for stealing money, that's bad enough. But to find out that you stolen money because you aspire to be like someone on Instagram, that's two. That's already damaging for your kids. Okay? Because as we all know, there's so many young kids across the world are obsessed with social media. The world is really upside down when it comes to social media. How we view each other, this is the other like I said, there is a positive to social media, but the biggest negative about social media is how we're starting to view ourselves and comparing ourselves to everything that we come across in social media. Young girls, young boys going on social media and thinking that they want to live their lives, they want to have this, they want to have that, not actually understanding that most of the things that you see on social media may not be real. That person you're looking at social media, you don't really know them as a person personally. You're seeing what they're selling you on the platform, on social media. But it doesn't mean that they're not struggling outside of that. They are doing it for a reason. They're trying to sell something. They're portraying a certain lifestyle to be able to sell the product that they want to sell. But you're buying into that. Instead of you're buying into that, not realizing that could not be the true selves. But you're losing yourself as a person, and you're able to open yourself to do crime just so you can adapt to someone else's life on Instagram, on Facebook. That's a major issue. Now, like I said, I don't know this lady, and it's not my position to judge who she is. But she's already a role model. As a mother of two kids, she's already a role model. Like I said, stealing is bad enough anyway. But there's a difference between stealing to feed your kids because you're struggling as a mother and your kids are struggling, to just stealing and putting yourself in a position where your kid's not going to have a mother because you aspire to be someone on Instagram. That's a massive red flag. That's a no-no. This is just one story. Do you know how many people out there across the world are trying to do the same thing, are trying to change their lives and live this life of the social media world? People are changing who they are. They're changing their images. They're changing the social life. They aspire to be these influencers on social media. Don't get it twisted. I'm an artist, and I know that I'm not two-faced to say I don't use social media. I use social media, but I believe that I'm in control of what I use social media for. As an artist, I use social media to connect with the fans that we have, people that support us, support our music. I use it to promote my music. I don't always share my day-to-day lives with everyone on social media, what I'm eating tonight, what I'm wearing tonight. I don't. Yeah, there are certain aspects of my life that I would share, but I don't use it to showboat or trying to sell something I'm not. That's not what it's about. I'm in control, and we can't control how other people use social media, but we can, and we can't blame social media. Too many times I hear people saying, oh, it's social media, it's changed people, and this and that, it's really bad for the world, it's really bad for the environment, this and that. You cannot blame social media. This is where self-awareness comes into it. We can't keep blaming social media, because we was here before social media. Social media came into our lives. In the same way people talk about how money is not everything, money is not happiness, they can live their lives without money. That's bull. That's not true. Money is important. Money doesn't make you happy, but money is important in a world where we're living in. The living expenses is high. You have to pay the bills. You have to survive. You have to feed your kids and your family. So to say money is not important, that's nonsense. You can even if you have a million, you can choose what you do with your money. Even if you won the lottery tomorrow, you're a multi-millionaire, you still have the choice on how you live your life. So when we blame money, or we blame social media, saying it's a social media, people that create social media are to blame, they're not to blame, because you are still in control. You choose to be on it. You choose to sell yourself. You choose to change who you are, because you aspire to be like someone on social media. It's the choices that we are making as human beings. We cannot be blaming everything around us apart from yourself. It's self-awareness, knowing who you are as a person, your morals, what you believe in, your dreams, knowing your true self. If you truly know your true self, you're not going to be aspiring to some random lady on social media. Like I said, there's a slight difference. If this lady was arrested for stealing money to feed their family and kids, people do things like that. I don't condone it, but people do crime and steal and things to be able to look after their families and feed their families. But to do it because you're as a mother, as a grown ass woman, to do something like that and put the lives of your kids in danger, that your kids are going to go years and years without their mother because you was aspiring to be like someone on Instagram. Come on, where's the growth? Where's the maturity? Where's your mind at? Because I tell you one thing for sure, is that as selfish as most of us are in this world, when you become a parent, when you have kids in your lives, it really changes you. It makes you look at yourself as a person and your morals, who you are, and what you need to do to be a great role model for your kids. Be able to look after them, provide for them. Those are like I said, I'm going to do a video on self-awareness. Those are the times where you assess who you are as a person, because we can all do that. But everyone is so lost in the social media world. Like I said, it's become a place where it's more a place to showcase what you have and what the other person hasn't. The biggest problem with mental health comes from social media, because so many people aspire to be things and people that they're not in real life, and because they can't get there, they emotionally lose themselves, stressing themselves, put themselves in bad situations because they can't compete with what's going on in the world. I can't compete with That I can't compete with that. I don't have this, I don't have that. What do I need to do? It's desperate times. We're already kind of living in a world where people are struggling financially. Now, if you're financially struggling, like I said, as a parent, to provide for your kids, and you're driven to do a crime, to do something to defend or feed your family, there's a slight difference, but not to aspire to be like someone on Instagram and put yourself in danger, and not now put yourself in a situation where you lose your job, and your kids lose a mother. It just doesn't make sense. So to me, when I saw that story, you know, the first thing I thought, the first thing for me wasn't about social media. I thought, poor kids. Because where is the mother mentally to be able to do that to your kids? Where is your morals? Because like I said, I'm not judging. I don't know this lady personally. I don't know where she's at. But I know one thing for sure. Whatever you're going through mentally in your life, there are a few things that can change you. And one of the biggest ones is being a parent. Being a parent really changes who you are, and makes you question certain things about your life and who you are, and how you can protect your kids and not put yourself in danger, not put yourself in a situation where it's going to harm them later on in life. Now, I don't know what's going to happen to her. Obviously, she's going court. She's been found guilty because she has come out and apologized. And the only reason why she's been caught, because for all the time that she was doing it on a weekly basis, they obviously realized the 1 week that she had off, she went on holiday. Because if money's going missing, I mean, you accumulate £100,000. That's a lot of money. So if money going missing, as a company, you're going to realize, okay, something's not right here. And when you start to investigate, and you also start investigating your staff members, you will kind of know, because obviously you're assessing the situation on a monthly, weekly basis. You will know, okay, money's going missing every week. This person happens not to be here this week, and this week money didn't go missing. Straight away, you're going to put two and two together. You know, it's a really, really sad story, and it really, really showcases where we are as human beings, and what the state of the world is at, and how do we improve? How do we improve from that? You know, it's very, like I said, it's very easy to blame social media. Very easy. You know, but we need to learn as human beings. We are in control. We was here before social media. We was here before most of these things. Is it social media, or is it us as human losing ourselves? You know, guys, please, you know, give me your thoughts on social media, and please give me your thoughts on how you're seeing things in the way the world is running right now. Because like I said, social media has taken over the world. It has affected most people. You know, yes, there are a percentage of people that don't align themselves with the nonsense that goes on social media. There's people that have morals and have ways of thinking that they will not allow themselves to get caught up on social media. They're able to maneuver past that. They're able to use it for what it is. There's lots of benefits regarding social media. There's lots of benefits. Like I said, reconnecting with long lost families, friends, keeping in touch, celebrating birthdays and anniversaries with families and friends. You know, for consumers, For artists, music artists like myself, you're able to use social media to connect with your fans, and just you're able to sell yourself to them and sell your product. That's not harming anyone. But when you start to lose yourself and doing things outside of yourself to be able to align yourself with a life that's not real, that's not your true self, that's when you're losing yourself. You know, that's the damage social media is creating. How can we get kids off social media? It's dangerous, because how? From TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the amount of abuse people get on footballers, sports people, whoever, the amount of abuse people get on Twitter, racism. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not naive to think that these things didn't exist. You know, there's so many of these things existed already. But what social media has done, it has just put it out there even more. You know, but guys, help yourself. Don't expect the world to help you. The world is always going to do what's best. There are people out there, consumers, and these people that create these Facebooks and Twitter, they're only doing what's going to benefit them. It's the choices you make yourself. If you want to grow, if you want to stay in control of who you are, you have to make those choices. You can use these platforms as a positive. It doesn't always have to be as a negative. There's so many people out there, as an example, they use it as a positive. You know, but like I said, it's a really, really sad story, because the outcome of that situation with the mother is that you have 2 young kids who are now going to suffer from that. Not having a mother and a provider. Yes, the father may be there, but it's a big loss. And how can you aspire to a mother who does that? You're a role model for your children. Again, like I said, I'm not judging, because mentally I don't know where this lady's at mentally to be able to do that. But the reality is that you decided to have kids, and you are a role model for your kids, and you doing that, it's going to affect them. Guys, much love as always. Like I said, there's conversation to be had. One of the conversation I really wanted to have was self-awareness, which is similar conversation we're having like today. Although today is about social media, the impact it has on us and people, and how we can manage and control ourselves to be able to manage social media. Self-awareness is one of the key things in lives that we all need to implement and to really grow as people. But please, like I said, leave comments, share your ideas with me. Again, like I said, we are still in power, regardless of what you think, regardless how bad things are. As people, we are still in control, and it's just about implementing your morals, align yourself with who you truly are and who you want to be. Think about those things before you get yourself lost in the world outside of yourself. It's so important to stay true to yourself. As long as you're true to yourself, and I know people will say find hobbies and find things outside of social media, which is true. People say that, you know, it's so true. You know, if you look at some of my videos, you see I always talk about happy places, and you know, going to the beach, going to the country for walks. A lot of these things, when you get caught up in spending times doing things outside of social media, you find that time goes quick. You spend less times on these platforms and social media. So we are in control of what the outcome. You know, it's not the social media that's in control. We are in control, but it's just how you maneuver yourself and how you're able to control the situation before the situation controls you. You know. Anyway, guys, please like, share. I shall see you soon. Much love.